Everybody, welcome back to the buy list. I got an episode dedicated completely to Silver Age cards because they are moving around, and I found some interesting ones that I want to take a look at. So, basically, on this episode, we normally don't look at promos and things like that. I try to focus on the core Majestics, core pieces, but on this one with Silver Age, I think there's a tendency to bling out a cheap deck, right? These are going to be $20 decks, and you can spend a little bit extra to make them a little bit fancier. And there's been a lot of cards released in Flesh and Blood history that are now becoming more valuable. So I think they're fun to look at. So let's jump into it. All right, the first one up here is a couple of Ninja cards that I want to take a look at. First one is Blood Scent, the cold foil from an armory in November of 2023. So this one's going way back. I forgot these were even handed out, to be honest. But the cold foil is sitting at $35 right now. The high sale price on this one is just under $29. The low sale price, $4. So this one's moving. If you got some of these in your binder and you don't play Ninja, you got some trade value. So you might want to take a look around on those because there's only 4 of them on TCG Player right now. Obviously, with Battle Worn and it blocking for 1 and working with the Crouching Tigers synergy, obviously, it's a pretty strong card in Silver Age at the moment. So yeah, this one's jumped all the way up to $35 with only 4 on TCG Players. Yeah, very interesting. All right, let's take a look at the Cold Foil Phi. This was handed out in Skirmish Season 5, Top 8. This is not 2022, so this one's way back. Again, we looked at Dash on the last episode. Phi, no marvels of these young heroes, these older ones, right? There's 1 cold foil on TCG Player right now. The high sale price is $21.94. Low sale price, $3.12. So this one's seen some movement, currently sitting at $49.99. So if you want to play Phi, hopefully you got one of these. If you don't want to play Phi, you have some value. Yeah, this one's seen some movement. Again, just like the Dash promo that we looked at that was cold foil, because it is a chapter 1 and 2. It's in the chapters that are coming out alongside Compendium of Wraith. And people are going to want to buy that deck and bling that deck out right away because it is supposed to be competitive ready straight out of the box. All right, no promo this time, but Phoenix Flame, the Marvel. So these have just been sitting around, hanging out, not really doing much for a while since Uprising. We got some LLs with Jomai. Jomai never really played these. And then Phi has just been middling, and there's been better options for aggro since Belittle was banned. Cold Foil is currently sitting at $17.55. There's 41 of these Marvel cold foils on TCG Play right now. The high-low, $8, just over $8 for the low, $18.99 for the high. So we're sitting just below that high. And this one's interesting because this will be another way to bling out that Phi deck as Compendium and those Silver Age decks drop. You might want to pick up one of these now. 41, there's a number of them. I don't know how many of the Phi decks going to want to play straight out of the box, but I think typically it's 1 or 2 of these. And maybe we see these go up because they are a Marvel from Uprising, which was a while back. Let's take a look at a couple elemental cards. First one up is Fry, Lightning Attack 3, go again, very strong. Currently, the Rainbow Foil sitting just under $31 at $30.98. The low over the last 3 months was $6. The high is $20. So we're sitting quite a bit above that high right now. But there's only 3 of them on TCG Player currently. This one, I forgot, came from Skirmish Season 10, and that was in 2024. So last year, obviously, when Rosetta came out, that's when this card dropped as well. Pretty strong card. I think Lightning heroes are going to be represented. We got Briar, Aurora's playable, even Lexi. There's a lot of decks that can play this card right out of the box. And it seems like these skirmish cards are pretty thin inventory overall, these participant cards. And I got some more to look at later on in the episode, and that trend keeps up. So keep an eye on these if you got a couple of them. Arcade Seeds Life, the cold foil. This one, the last couple cards we looked at maybe aren't the deals of the episode. This one I think is closer to that grab them now type of card. Cold foil is sitting at $9.26. We got 36 cold foils on TCG Player. We are looking at the high-low sitting just under $5 for the low. High is just over $14 at $14.38. So we're sitting below that right now. This came from an Armory event back in July of 24, or that's when it was printed. So a little bit after that, actually. This can be played in Florian. Obviously, it's very strong in Florian. I believe in Sage, because if you're making 4 rune chance and gaining a life, you're doing all right. And also very good in Briar. It is a half of an embodiment in Briar as well, but it is locked to those 2 heroes. But overall, very strong card for Earth. I think, it's a keeper. So this one sitting at $9. If you don't have your 2, might want to grab them when it's still $9, because there are only 36 on TCG Player currently. All right, now let's look at some rainbow foils out of sets. That's been a really interesting thing with Sage so far, is that we're just seeing some generic rainbow foils go wild. And I picked out 2 here that I think are interesting. First one up is Arcane Polarity. Rainbow foil is sitting at $5.37. Currently 44 rainbow foils on TCG Player. The low is 15 cents. The high is $7.24. So, we're probably setting right around $5 for these. But this card is Runeblade Kryptonite in Sage, right? You take 1 rune chant and you heal 4, and you just block a ton of rune chants, or 1 rune chance coming in, and then you can just like almost pseudo block an attack with this. It's quite strong. I suspect that this card will be in a lot of sideboards, especially once we get into those battle hardens or those early events. The non-foil is not really worth talking about for these rainbow foils out of the sets, because there's like a billion. But the rainbow foils shouldn't be reprinted or won't be reprinted. If you're looking, again, to bling out your Silver Age deck, and that's what this episode's all about, you got to keep an eye on some of these generic rainbow foils. All right, and the next one up is the old classic Pummel Red. This one, a little bit surprising to me, $9.75 for the red. There are 33 rainbow foils on TCG Player right now. The low in the last 3 months is $1.45. The high is $9.99. So we are sitting at the very high of this. There's a promo of this, right? That's coming to the States. I believe in Portland, it's going to be handed out as well. I'm not really sure that the promo is in Japanese, so that might dissuade some players, right? If they're looking for the OG Pummel. I'll be interested to see where Pummel shakes out, and I could see it coming down from the $9, is what I'm trying to get at. But at 33 rainbow foils from a WTR set, that was a very long time ago. That's quite low inventory, to be honest. Could there be a lot being held back right now due to Silver Age? Yes. Does that flood come in and flood it back down to $6 a piece, or do we just ride that train even higher? I don't know. We're going to find out together. I'm interested to see where rainbow foil commons and rares go when Silver Age really hits hard. So yeah, we're going to find out together, but keep an eye on this one. This one's pretty spicy. All right, we're going back to promos. Relentless Pursuit. Again, a generic promo coming out in Skirmish Season 11. Rainbow foil sitting at $9.99. There's currently 3 on TCG Player, so really low inventory. Again, remember I said I'm finding out that Skirmish Season participation promos are quite low inventory across the board on TCG Players. Very interesting here. This one's a little bit siloed because you have to care about marking the opponents, but it is a blue, it is a block 3, and it does have go again. So your marked heroes, your Arachnes, again, coming out in a Silver Age deck. Maybe he was looking to mark right to get rolling on his chart into a new assassin. But overall, Fang, I believe, would play this as well. Very interesting here, sitting at $9 with 3 of them. Maybe you can scrounge up and find a play set, grab 2 of them somewhere at $10 if you really want to play those marked heroes. This would be a nice fancy touch to those decks. But all right, that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody. I really like these Silver Age episodes as I was putting together. It gives me a little bit different vibe to a Market Minute, because we're talking so much about promos, when they came out, how they're doing. And I'm really excited for Silver Age. We're in a lull for Classic Constructed competition season, but Silver Age is pumping the market a lot. So it was fun to look at a lot of these different cards and understand how long ago they came out and where it's going to be. Comment down below if you want to see more specific Silver Age Market Minutes, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.